Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Jai Om Vishnu Pad Parahamsa Parivrajikacharya Ashtatara Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Om Vishnu Pad Parahamsa Parivrajikacharya Ashtatara Shata Shri Srimad Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki, Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhan ki, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Shri Mayapur Dham ki, Ganga Mai ki, Yamuna Mai ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Tulasi Devi ki, Transcendental Book Distribution ki, Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. So, Gaurangi was meant to give us a nice Krishna book class today, but unfortunately she ran late. So, I thought at least we should read something, and I happened to have this nice book with me, the Padyavali, an anthology of devotional poetry. So this is a compilation of very beautiful verses from our acharyas, and it's compiled by Srila Rupa Goswami. So let's just read the introduction and a few of the verses. We only have about 15 minutes, but in 15 minutes we can cover quite a lot. So let's see. Okay, so in the introduction, Srila Prabhupada, it's Purna Pragya Das who discusses how in the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Prabhupada discusses that how Padyavali, it's one of Srila Rupa Goswami's most important books. So he's written many books which the Vaishnavas really appreciate, and this is one of the books in which they find a lot of nectar. So they enjoy reading this book, and it's described as illuminating the darkness of ignorance, and it says that it is an ocean of transcendental bliss. So of course, there are many anthologies of verses written by great devotees, but one notable point is explained in the conclusion of the work. Jayadev Goswami, Bilvamangala Thakur, and other famous authors have written many books. Without referring to their verses, the work of other less famous authors has been assembled in this book. So sometimes when we read, we'll see that the author is unknown, and that's because as Srila Rupa Goswami compiled the book, he quoted from acharyas who were quoting from other Vaishnavas who weren't necessarily recorded. But all of it is completely bona fide, so we can still read and relish every word. And then it says here that many of the verses collected by Srila Rupa Goswami, or it just discusses that it's of unknown origin. Okay. So let's just start by going through some of the verses. So the first verse, verse 1, says, "This Padyavali, anthology of poetry, was written by devotees expert in the mellows of devotional service. This book contains many beautiful verses, which have been collected for the pleasure of the devotees. It illuminates the darkness of ignorance, and it is an ocean of transcendental bliss." Srila Rupa Goswami. Verse 2, "To Sri Krishna, whose eyes are as beautiful as lotus flowers, who delights in playing the flute, who drinks the nectar of Radha's lips, and who is garlanded with forest flowers, I offer my respectful obeisances." Author unknown. Verse 3, "May Lord Hari's eyes, which lovingly gaze on the devotees, which rival the splendor of blue lotuses, on which the yogis meditate to attain auspiciousness, which are two great oceans of handsomeness, and which fill Radha's eyes with the nectar of love, quell for you the sufferings of material life." Verse 4, "May Krishna's arms, their golden ornaments and peacock feathers anointed with mud when he lifted Govardhan hill, deep in Vrindavan forests, the gopis 2 blue pillows, and anointed with Kuvalapaids, fragrant ichor, always grant auspiciousness to you. May playful Gopal's flute music, which calls the faraway Surabi cows by name, which is the mystic mantra that charms the gopis' hearts, and which delights and attracts the deer enjoying in Vrindavan, bless you all." And then the next section is entitled "The Glory of Krishna." So each section has a title in there. Sometimes there's only 1 or 2 verses, but there's a progression throughout the book. First, it starts by glorifying Krishna himself, and then glorifying the name of the Lord and explaining that actually the name of the Lord is not different from Krishna himself. And then it goes into Krishna's pastimes with Mother Yashoda, and then it goes into Krishna's pastimes with the cowherd boys and where he steals butter, and then it goes to the pastimes with Krishna and the gopis and Srimati Radharani, and it ends with Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He's left Vrindavan. So it progresses in this way, in a very systematic way. "I offer my respectful obeisances to wonderful, playful, mischievous Krishna, who, if he desires, can make an ocean dry land. Dry land, an ocean, a blade of grass, a thunderbolt, an insignificant blade of grass, fire cool, or snow a blazing fire. Because he is very affectionate, he promises to give fearlessness to his devotees. He removes his devotees' sufferings. He is generous. He takes away his devotees' sins, and he bestows limitless auspiciousness. And because Prahlad, Vibhishana, Gajendra, Draupadi, Ahalya, and Dhruva testify to these virtues, Lord Krishna, the husband of the goddess of fortune, should be served by all the worlds." The next section is titled, "The Glory of Devotional Service." Where were the hunter Dharma's piety, Dhruva's maturity, and Gajendra's knowledge? Where was Kubja's beauty? Where was Sudama's wealth? Where was Vidura's noble birth? Where was Ugrasena's chivalrous strength? Lord Madhava is pleased only by devotional service and not by material qualifications. This is a really nice text because it's pointing out that devotional service is It's not dependent on piety, not dependent on beauty, not dependent on material knowledge or wealth. And Krishna is only pleased by devotional service and not these other things. What is the difference between good and bad deeds? Let there be only firm devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Although the king of snakes gives poison and the moon gives sweet nectar, Lord Shiva does not see any difference between them. O Madhusudana, if a wise person in his heart serves your lotus feet, then any sins he may have done are all nullified. If he rejects your service, he gets all sinful reactions, even though he may not have done any sinful deed. Not by wearing saffron cloth, not by restricting food and other sense activities, not by living in the forest, not by discussing philosophy, and not by observing a vow of silence, but only by even the slightest beginning of devotional service to the lotus feet of Lord Govinda, who enjoys pastimes on the Yamuna's wide banks, is Kamadev stopped. So all of these austerities and all these external designations doesn't attract the heart of Krishna. Only devotional service, again. It's saying only devotional service attracts the Lord. The words Krishna, Krishna are sufficient to purify the people's sins. If they have blissful service to Lord Mukunda, then the goddess of liberation bestows before their lotus feet. The goddess of liberation bows before their lotus feet. As long as there is hunger and thirst, eating and drinking, as long as there is hunger and thirst, eating and drinking make one feel very happy. When the Lord is worshipped with pure love, transcendental bliss is awakened in the heart of the devotee. Pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness cannot be had even by pious activity in hundreds and thousands of lives. It can be attained only by paying one price, that is, intense greed to obtain it. If it is available somewhere, one must purchase it without delay. This is one of my favorite verses. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita matiha kriyatama yadi kutapi labhyate tatra lolyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti sukrite na labhyate. So even by pious activities in hundreds and thousands of lives, still you can't just get devotional service even by that. You need only one thing. There's one prerequisite. Intense greed to obtain it. We need lolyam to obtain it. If we don't have that intense greed, that intense longing, we won't get it. And if it is available somewhere, one must purchase it without delay. Where is it? Where is devotional service available? We can't just go to the store and ask them, hey, do you have devotional service? Oh, I have 1,000 rand, please can I buy it from you? No, where can we get it from? Where do we get it from? Bunolo? Where does it come from? Where does bhakti come from? Where does it come from? It comes from the heart of a pure devotee. That's the only place we can get it from. Bhakti is self-manifesting, but because the nature of bhakti is that she is compassionate, she compels the pure devotee to share bhakti with those who are eager to receive it, who have tried to receive it and who long to receive it. Because if we want something enough, we'll make every effort to receive it. So this intense greed will compel us to do something to actually receive it. If you really want something, like, okay, for example, if you hear about how nice California is, you hear about how everyone is so nice there, and there are beautiful mountains and trees and forests, I don't really know, but just somewhere nice. And then you think, oh, I want to go there. And if you have enough longing to go there, you'll make every effort to actually get there. You'll work, and then you'll get the ticket, and then once you've got the ticket, you'll make sure that your travel plans are all arranged, and then you'll go there and you'll find that, oh, this this place is there, and you'll make the effort to get it. So hearing about Krishna is the same, except different. It's the same because we have to hear about him to want to understand him, to want to get to know him, to want to develop a relationship and go back to him. But it's different because it's eternal. Going to California, obviously, it's not eternal. Once you go there, you'll have to come back here. If not here, somewhere else. It's still in the material world. But this is eternal, developing this relationship with Krishna. So the way we develop our desire to go back to the spiritual world, the way we develop our desire to attain the lotus feet of the Lord is by hearing and chanting His glories. Then we can understand who He is. Then we can understand what Goloka Vrindavan is. Then we develop our taste, and only then, once we've got this greed to obtain that most valuable gem, then we can purchase it from the heart of a pure devotee. Okay. And then the last verse in this section says, knowledge is not equal to love of Krishna, and the ability to perform mystic tricks is not equal to Krishna's holy name. Oh, and this next part is so wonderful. So maybe we'll just read a few verses before time runs out. It's entitled, The Glory of the Holy Name. As the rising sun immediately dissipates all the world's darkness, which is deep like an ocean, so the holy name of the Lord, if chanted once without offenses, can dissipate all the reactions of a living being's sinful life. All glories to that holy name of the Lord, which is auspicious for the entire world. Extracting the 4 syllables that are the heart of the 4 Vedas, Lord Hari makes the word Narayan. Day and night chanting this name, we become purified. We do not know any other better way to please Lord Hari. Let the twice-born enter the fearless kingdom of yoga, Vedic study, and solitary meditation in the forest. Let them become liberated in that way. As for us, we will spend hundreds of thousands of births chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna, whose splendid dark complexion and yellow garments are like a host of blue lotus flowers blooming in a grove of yellow flower-bearing kadampa trees. May Krishna's holy name, which is a reservoir of all transcendental happiness, the destruction of Kali Yuga sins, the most purifying of all purifying things, the saintly person's food as he traverses the path to the spiritual world, the pleasure garden where the voices of the greatest saints, philosophers, and poets play, the life of the righteous and the seed of the tree of religion bring transcendental auspiciousness to you all. O Supreme Personality of Godhead, when someone desires to chant your holy name, sins tremble in fear, the glory of material illusion faints unconscious. Yamaraja's scribe, Chitragupta, becomes happy and gazes at the chanter's toenails with awe and reverence. And Lord Brahma prepares Madhuparka to worship him. O Lord, what more can we say than this? Okay, thank you. Sorry that it was an unprepared class, but after Arti, we'll listen to the class of Gaurangi, which she prepared for us today. Sorry about the change in plans. Shri Shri Radharanath ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.